Probably giggling the whole time. Like, it's so silly.
He looked like super. He was like, "This is super good." She's like, "Come on, babe."
Jodie Sweetin's with us.
Jodie Sweetin from
We got to Eskimo Kids to welcome you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, kid.
First of all, this is you and Joe on a Wednesday night. I'm just thinking about it from a couple's perspective. If you were going to do that with your couple, with your partner, with your person, that would be so awkward.
Yeah, it's he I think was definitely a little more awkward. I mean, you know, there's always like the person that's like down for the pictures, and then the one that's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's a cute pose, though.
It's adorable.
I like it.
They're
She's like, turn my head to the left, turn my head to the right, give me my diva fan.
That
need more
not
fans.
as bad. The one where he's kicked back looking at her, which we see all the time with him videoing her, and he's so proud of her, is so sweet. I just can't imagine
How
Crowley.
do you feel about public displays of affection, though? I don't know, when you're, I'm all about, like, cuddling and stuff, but in private, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're cute, though.
I don't know.
Them.
I don't mind PDAs. I don't mind it.
Yeah?
I mean, to an extent. Like, there's a limit. There's a limit. But I think it's cute and sweet. Like, when I walk by and, like, there's, like, a couple that's just super into each other and having their little moment, I'm like, oh, love.
It's always new love.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Not old love.
Or, well, sometimes it is. I've seen, like, you know, like two little, like, elderly people walking down the street holding hands and, like, super sweet. I'm like,
I'm
that's
a hand holder. Actually, I might be handsy the more I think about it. I'm thinking about how I am
grabbing Crowley?
No, I like when Crowley pats me on the behind, a little go team. I love that. And I think I definitely like to hold hands. I have a side that I walk on with that. I don't know about the other stuff. But cheers, guys. Did you read this article? Okay, so J-Lo tells some of her secrets.
Swears by this, right?
In People magazine.
So she has a protein shake every morning. Okay, in the shake, I guess it's bananas, peanuts, and peanut butter, and I guess some sunflower oil in it too. And protein,
you guys, I'm becoming J-Lo.
powder.
I feel
watch this. Suck it down and watch us
Mm-hmm.
change into J-Lo.
Yep. Oh, here comes A-Rod now.
By the way, that's good breakfast, though.
That's really good.
Delicious. I like it.
That's like a Hershey Kiss.
I do, yeah.
In a straw.
By the way, the other thing she does, I don't know where you stand on this, Jody. No alcohol. Nat and I are out. No alcohol.
I'm done.
She sleeps
with
almost
being
8
J-Lo.
hours a night, and on the weekend, 10 to 11 hours on a day off.
Yeah.
Sleep is so key.
I
sleep
love
that
sleep.
much?
I do. Well, I try. Like, it takes me, I'm a person, it takes me a while to fall asleep, but once I'm asleep, I do try to get, like, about 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I like my sleep.
You're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Right? Because in your 40s, all of a sudden, you're
I'll be
like
37
waking
next
up,
month.
every little thing. I'm like, I wake up and then I can't go back to sleep. And then
No, I do that sometimes, but like if I can sleep, like I'm all about it.
They say it's a sign of perimenopause.
Which thing? The waking up?
The waking up and not being able to go back to sleep and the hormones and the...
By the way...
I mean, I don't do that. I don't do that ever. That doesn't happen at all. No.
I have to say, the craziest thing's been happening to me as I approach 50. I'm 48. Any small thing I have...
Wait. Girl, you're 48?
48?
Yes.
Boy, any
She's like J-Lo.
You've been drinking the protein shakes for like years and not telling anybody.
Wait,
I feel it.
I mean, totally. Anything I have, like the other day, I'm like, God, I get a headache. They're like premenopausal. The other day, my tailbone was hurting. And I said, God, my premenopausal. Like,
you're like,
everything
living.
Hurts.
Right.
Everything hurts a little bit more at this age.
Is it hot in here?
Yeah. There you go.
Clearly, we are so far from J. By the way, J-Lo's probably having hot flashes, and she's just not.
No, J-Lo's just hot.
She's got the diva fan going the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why she has the diva fan.
Yeah.
Well, guys, she's everywhere promoting her new movie, Second Act. She was on GMA this morning. Really cute. Her mom, Guadalupe, was in the audience. It's her birthday. Look how good mom
She's going to be world's proudest mom.
I know, right?
Okay, so last night, J-Lo and A-Rod, did you see this? They surprised a bunch of people at a screening in the Bronx of Second Act.
Yeah.
Look at that. That had to make their day. She's just Jenny from the block there. She was also on The Tonight Show rocking, did you see her dress? I mean, it was a little, you know, when you have J-Lo's assets, you show. But look, wait, turn around. I want to see the cut in the back.
That's Marilyn Monroe, right?
It's very
beautiful.
Like ballet-esque. I love it.
Oh, I thought they told me it was in the back it was cut, but I guess not.
No, yeah,
it's in the front.
Wait, let's see when she sits if it fans up. You know what I mean?
Hey there, No, she looks beautiful. I love that. It's very girly and like demure, but still sexy with the V-neck in the front. I love that.
J-Lo.
I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
When I just sat with her, I had that moment. It's J-Lo. I just started staring at her because
it does go a little bit
out of it. You're right. Yeah. Okay, so they had a lot of fun. They were talking about supporting her during her VMA performance, and A-Rod supported.
We have a clip of just him reacting. Just watch. Here's Alex Rodriguez.
He's the best.
He is
he's come into my life and really contributed in such a way, so supportive, he's so loving. He's one of these people, he's like, shine, just like be the best. You know, some people try to like dull you down or you know, like, squish you down, and he's so not like that, and it's just so refreshing. It's just a beautiful thing. He's just a very generous, loving spirit soul. He's
in the article in People, they talk about blending their families, and I think, like, you know, how perfect they are together, but it took a while for her to get to this place where she felt comfortable in love. I mean, she said, you know, she'd always been sleeping with her sisters. They always shared the same bed, shared the same room, that she'd never really been alone. And think about that. She's had 3 marriages, and she's like, it's finally come to this point in my life where I had to learn to accept and learn to love myself first and learn how to be alone. I think that's so important for women.
I love what
it really is. I relate to that a lot, and I really love, whenever I see them together, they seem so genuine. Like, he's so supportive of each other and like not trying to step into each other's light. You know what I mean? Like they're like they each let each other shine, and I love that about their relationship. I think
she was saying, which is great, she's like, it's sort of my first healthy and adult relationship. We're going this very adult. She says about the past, I was done blaming other people. He did this or he did that, and I said to myself, no, it's you.
Yeah, I love that. I always say, like, until you really get to heal your own stuff, that like you're gonna bring it into any relationship you have. Yeah,
you can tell as she approaches 50. There's a calmness about her. She owns everything. She's firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is her second act.
Yesterday, the big news. You weren't here with me. We talked about this. Kathy Lee leaving the Today Show after more than a decade. Well, now this news, guys, is coming out. New York Times did this article. They're saying Ellen DeGeneres might be ending her talk show.
Okay, let's not panic, people. Not panic. She said in 2020, when her contract ends, that she and Portia de Rossi have been weighing the idea. She says Portia supports her, you know, maybe stepping back a bit, you know, getting a little more time off. But Ellen's brother Vance has repeatedly talked her out of quitting. So I'm thinking Vance right now is saying, talk some sense into Ellen. She's got a Netflix show coming out, Relatable, on December 18th. She's, you know, better than ever. Think about how she changed the landscape of daytime television.
And day one, she was good. What's interesting to me is the New York Times article, the title, Ellen DeGeneres is not as nice as you think. And then her Netflix thing is called Relatable, a spoof on this persona that she's put out there. It kind of reminds me of Rosie O'Donnell. Remember when Time Magazine had Queen of Nice? And she's like, that's not all who I am. And Ellen and Portia are like, look, I have all these other sides I want to show to myself. I think she's frankly kind of bored with being this one-dimensional talk show. I love being a one-dimensional talk show.
Well, the article actually starts with that. You know, she's like, you know, people come up to me all the time asking for selfies, and they expect me to be dancing. And they're like, you're not dancing. She's like, I'm walking on the streets in Burbank. What do you expect? I'm like a dance party everywhere I go.
Well, I think people like, you know, it's easy for them to sort of pigeonhole you into stuff. I mean, you know,
how often do you get that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done, you know, family television stuff forever, which I love, and it, you know, but it is people sort of, when you are very much yourself, people kind of go like, wait, what?
And they only see you.
They only see you.
One way.
Yeah, and so I think for her, I mean, how long has she been doing the talk show? It's been.
It'll be 18 years in 2020.
I was gonna say it's been 18 years. It's been a long time. Like, I get it. I'm sure she at this point is like, you know, and she does so much philanthropic work. I'm sure she wants to focus on some of that. She's got Game of Games. She's got. Ellen's going to be fine. Ellen's not disappearing.
And she doesn't need to keep working like this. But do think about that. I mean, like, she's a comedian, and we know comedians have their dark sides. And she, and the article goes into that about how she's not afraid to explore sort of the edgier, darker side. And in this Relatable comedy special out on Netflix, they go there with her. You know, she's like,
but on
they
her
make
talk
jokes.
show, she can't.
Yeah.
Well,
she has to be relatable.
She has to be, exactly.
Right, and this one, it's like the Relatable's not so relatable.
Look, 2020, I'll take over for Ellen.
You got it.
I'm saying 2020, we'll be looking for a new president. How about Ellen for president?
That seems so long away, right? Like, that just seems like
it seems like a long time.
Nat, I was looking on your Instagram. Tell us about Gwen Stefani. Somebody went to Gwen Stefani's home.
Yes. You know what? I've had a girl crush on Gwen Stefani since, like, Holla Back Girl, no doubt, way back. And so we went to her house for a little Christmas special. And she is just the most down-to-earth.
Wait, is this
she has this tradition with her children. You have to ask Santa for the special wrapping in the doorway, she says, so that the kids don't run to the Christmas tree first thing in the morning and see what Santa put under the tree.
Oh, that's good.
So parents at home, if you want the Santa wrapping, make sure you ask Santa for the wrapping paper so that the kids don't blow the surprise.
Oh, I love that.
I like that a lot.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And we talked all about the holidays and shopping for the holiday. And what do you get somebody who has everything like Blake?
Yeah.
What does Blake want for Christmas?
We both are kind of like out of ideas, and we've been so blessed and so spoiled. A funny story happened. I had been shopping on Black Friday for like clothes, like I do.
Wait, you
like,
shop on Black Friday for
who
clothes?
doesn't,
Yeah.
right?
You do?
Yes.
You're like lining up at 2 a.m. for the deal?
I'm like, well, online. Yeah. I had like this jacket that I really wanted, but I was like, oh, it's a little expensive. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. And I was showing it to him. Anyways, he like tried to like buy it for me for Christmas, but then I bought it anyways. And then it came, and then he saw that I had it, and he was like really mad about it.
He told me he wants a fishing pole.
Yeah, well, I did try to shop for fishing poles last night, and I was getting so bored. I was like, oh my God.
White zigzag.
Her house is very, we were just admiring
I
the
love it.
floor. Her house is very like pop, rock,
I
modern.
love it, yeah.
A little
Back
modern,
up. I
traditional.
love
Yeah,
this.
no, that floor, it's like zigzag black and white wood floor.
But the
That's
whole house, like
awesome.
we looked at her Christmas tree, and she has 2 trees. She has the one that's sort of the kids and the family tree. And then she's got the modern ornament tree, which is more of a pop tree, she calls it. But it's very cool.
Yeah, I love the.
Oh, I
She's
love
the whole
green.
thing
Really
is very
fun.
decorated and beautiful.
Did you ask to use the bathroom? That's when I like to wander around the celebrities'
Can I
homes.
steal an ornament? No, I was on good behavior,
I'm gonna
kid.
go upstairs.
I mean, this is my rock star
Yeah,
icon.
see, there's the floor. It's so
Yeah.
cute.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
But we're talking about traditions and Christmas. I have a beef with the kids in my house. My daughters are 16 and 15. My son's 11. They won't let me put out a holiday card. They're over it. And so now
they don't pose for it.
They won't
nothing.
pose for it. They're total pills. I'm flying solo here. It's the
I don't
worst.
do
Well,
holiday
that's when
cards.
you do the card. You take a picture here, then you take a picture there of each one
Right.
separately, and you
or
put them all
just
together.
just find some really embarrassing photos and be
Yeah.
like, well, since you've opted out, I've chosen the photo for you.
I got
and
it.
here's what
Take
we're
the
doing.
kids'
Right.
photos from back in the day, the cute ones when they were like adorable,
Yeah,
and
would
would pose
pose
up a
for
story
me.
and say this was back then.
Right.
When it was like back then
And
when
here's
holidays
now.
were much
Right.
easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you do one?
You know, I just don't. It's like the list gets
pressure.
longer. It's the pressure. You got to get pictures, and that's what Facebook is for.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
do
It used to
use
be the thing with the
Yeah.
newsletter, and you're like, oh, what are these people up to? I know what everyone that is going through and doing, and the pictures are up on Facebook. I'm fine
For
with
me, it's a good excuse though because it forces me to be in the pictures because I'm always the one taking the pictures, so I have to get some. And then for my kids, it also forces them. I'm like, okay, I just need one picture, one picture.
Yeah.
But we have a tradition of the pajamas.
Oh, look how
where
cute.
they're like the elf
Yes.
on the shelf in that picture there, my kids.
Oh.
But yeah, every Christmas
cute.
morning, that's what we do. The kids, this is a couple
That's
years
so
back.
cute. There's Santa
I
things.
love
And
it.
your
There's
holiday
the elf,
card was
and then
so
the
good.
elf thing is still big in our house.
yeah.
too.
So the elf, is the elf big in yours?
The elf is big in our house. Yes, Lulu Sarah makes her return every year after Thanksgiving, and she's
This is my first year of the elf sitting still. My kids are older and ours just sit still. And ooh, the pressure is off right here.
Right. Well, my older one helps.
Oh wait, that's when they
helps
were
now.
little and I could take one.
yes.
I know it's blurry. I was
See?
never
But
good
that's
at
so
it.
cute. That's adorable.
That's
Just take that card and recycle it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we end the big news with a holiday feel-good story. This is awesome. Okay, Texas mom calls a man best Santa ever. Okay, here's her story. So she took her 6-year-old son, Matthew, to see Santa, and this is his first time. She wanted him to feel comfortable with Santa.
So the mom's name is Misty Wolf, and she whispered that her son is blind and autistic, but is very interested in Santa. And Santa said, say no more. He immediately got down on the floor to greet her little man.
Well, then Misty says, Matthew and Santa, as you see, look at that interaction, that connection for a long time. Santa telling Matthew, go ahead, pull on his beard, felt the hat, felt his eyes because he said, Santa, I hear your eyes twinkle. So he was feeling his eyes because imagine a blind kid. Just incredible. Look at that interaction. Then Santa then took him over to feel the reindeer display. so sweet.
Someone cutting onions, someone's cutting
I know.
onions. It's, oh, that
I wanted
is
to feel his twinkly eyes.
Oh,
we
the best.
love that.
Thank you, Santa, for
Thank
doing
you.
that.
We love you, Santa, on that.
Cheers,
And
Mom,
Jodie, we
Missy.
love you. You're going to be back later. We're going to talk about your Hallmark movie
Hallmark
that
movie.
Natalie and I completely get into. Here, so we're excited.
Also, we want the
Fantastic.
scoop on Bob Saget's wedding.
yeah?
Oh, yes.
We hear a certain performer was there who we love.
Yes, indeed. It was very fun.
Coming up next, Rosario Dawson's going to join us. We've got tons to talk about with her, hanging with strong women like Eva Longoria, Zoe Saldana.
And that nude photo you posted on your 39th birthday that was fantabulous. Oh, yeah. We're getting into that.
Coming up. Okay, but first, today's Access throwback. You guys remember doing The Hustle? Back in December 12th, this day, 1977, the disco classic Saturday Night Fever hit theaters. The film's soundtrack then became the top-selling soundtrack of all time. It held that record for 15 years.
Okay, guys, which movie soundtrack finally surpassed it? Look at the list here. Grease, The Wiz, Fame, or The Bodyguard? Ooh. Key up the volume on this one, but your answer is coming up next.